just get a first impression, stuff like that. We will also set this guy up, and I'll talk about ease of install and all that good stuff. If you're a normal Joe like me, doing normal things 9 to 5 and doing weekend things, maybe you'll have a similar experience. So this is a little cute. Comes with 2 little Tootsie Pops and some swag here with a thank you note. So it's a little nice touch. I got a custom kit, and all of this ran me about $106 after tax and all that, 114 bucks. All right, so first and foremost, and the thing that takes up the most space is this tubing here, 500 feet of 1/2-inch tubing. We've got a pretty big project going on, so this takes up the bulk of the weight and the space here. More about that later. And we also have this, which is 100 feet of 1/4 inch here, and all the fittings and such in the Ziploc bag. So we've got some sprinklers, some couplers, and some goof stoppers, I think. Those are the ends. I won't go into every piece here, but you know, there's some sprinklers and such. But yeah, just super excited to install this thing and get water to my roadies, because they're looking a little sad. Here are all the pieces. I guess with that said, let's put it together. This is my house. This is where the hose is, right here. The plants are out here as such. And what we're gonna do is we're gonna run this long cable here along the side of the house up to the front. We're gonna have a T right here, and then some local sprinklers for these plants and some for these plants. So pretty basic setup here. The order of operations for this is I'm gonna lay down this main line first, and then I'll worry about all the fittings and how things are gonna come together and all that good stuff. There's the hose in the back of the house that everything's gonna get fed off of. This main line is gonna run all the way to the front. Do I wanna go behind this tree, or I wanna go behind it? Here's where it tees off. Half will go this way, getting these bushes. The other half will go that way, getting all of this. I'm undoing this coil, and you know, you got to be very careful because it does have a bunch of kinks because it's been rolled up. So I'm trying very carefully to unroll this without ruining the tube. Proving to be more of a challenge than I thought it would be. I hate reading manuals, I hate watching videos unless I absolutely have to. So I thought that, you know, this is pretty no-brainer. You just unroll the thing and it will work. Here's the beginning of the line. Just want to make a bunch of counter coils, I guess. Counter coils. Counter coils. It's by no means perfect, but it's pretty straight enough to my satisfaction. So we're about to go to the front there and make the first cut. I'm going to give myself a few extra feet just for cushion, just in case something happens and I need more slack later. Better, I think, to have extra than to not have enough at this point. So I'm gonna make my first cut, and this is what the T looks like. Pretty intuitive. Put it in here, and this, I'm assuming, goes up to the threads up here, and then I'm not sure if it's clockwise or counter. I'm doing clockwise, and it's looking like it's making a good connection, so pretty intuitive there. And we'll do the other 2 T's right now. So same process, lay out the main line, straighten it out, and then we'll go from there. All right, here is the end of one of the T's, and again, I do want to leave some slack just in case we decide to expand this way back to the intersection there. So that's what this is looking like for these roadies up here. All right, that one wasn't too bad to straighten out because I did most of it with the first one. And I am gonna go lefty loosey. but it's actually tightening. Does that make sense? Okay, so I've got my main line here coming from the back of the house. I've got this T splitting it off into the bushes there. I just need my last T going this way to get these guys right here. So we're gonna work on that next. I've got to uncoil again, my worst dreaded task here, but I figured out a good method. Basically, instead of unrolling it so much, just take the end and just start unrolling from here. So whatever way it's rolled, I'm going to go the other way. Probably a better method than trying to do it when it's all the way rolled out. So you just got to catch the way that it's coiling and then go the opposite way. Just trying to mitigate kinks right now. It's the things that you don't expect to be complicated that get complicated for whatever reason. All right, probably have enough slack here. This side doesn't have too much room for expansion, so I'm gonna end this pretty much right where the last bush is. Pretty straight all the way down over there to the T. And then this side, it's pretty much running all the way to the end there. The last plant being that tree right there. Look at that straight line. Oh yeah. All right, got to do some more uncoiling here. But the way I'm going to do this is I'm going to get about how much I need. About this much. And I'm going to cut it so I don't have to deal with all this. So we've got the T here, same thing. Undo this, you know the drill. Bam, we got our T right here in front of the house. Now what we're gonna do is we're gonna put this hose spigot on the main line so we can connect it to the hose spigot. All the way up to the top, and then this part is the part I'm not sure of. I don't know how high it should be going up on these threads. I would have assumed that this is supposed to cover all the way to the top because when it shipped, that's how it came. But maybe this is good enough. Again, this is just for temporary testing purposes. We will hook this up to a 4-zone timer. Hopefully you don't get splashed here. Start off with some low pressure. Okay, so there's leakage from here, which is up there. I'm not too worried about that, but there's no leakage from here. So that's cool. Let's go look at the T. Here is the T, and there's also no leakage, which is pretty cool because it means that even though it visually doesn't look like it's tight, it is. Just taking a little breather here, admiring the work of art that is this, this T intersection here that is not leaking. Come on, let's celebrate the little things in life. Taking this opportunity that the end is not connected yet to give these guys a good soaking because they look pretty sad right now. This one looks better than it did a couple days ago. This one just looks really sad. Just a little hesitant about the pressure, and that's totally not on the product. That's on homeowner not doing math before buying, which that's kind of my style. For better or worse. But at the very least now, I don't have to lug Home Depot buckets of water from the hose all the way here because that got old real quick. I'm gonna check the other end right here. That's what the flow looks like. By the way, in terms of like length, the main line is going about 200 feet and then it's about 50 feet on the T's. So that's the flow after a T. So a little concerned about the pressure, but we're gonna make it work. Okay, now that we've got the main line down, I wanna do at least a couple of sprinklers before I head in for the day. I honestly am super happy with the main line progress of this. It was very intuitive, exactly how I kind of expected it would be, like no gotchas or anything like that. The hardest part was basically straightening out the tube. Admittedly, I did watch the video of how to do this barb coupler piece, but it's my first time kind of going through the motions of it, so hopefully it's pretty straightforward. So like I mentioned, I have about 200 feet of the main line from the back of the house to this T right here, and then this is about 50 feet. And it's gonna, for now, be 7 sprinklers here. And from the main line, we're gonna just have a couple feet here of this 1/4 inch tubing. You could probably get away with not having this. Like, you could probably run the main line like right here and kind of anchor it down and just make a hole. But this is more of like curb appeal type stuff. Like, I just wanted it to have the neat look of it having sprinklers. So take the tool right here and make a hole. And it's not too hard to make the puncture in here. Kind of looks like that. So you make the puncture. Then we're gonna take this 1/4 inch and grab how much you need. I like to leave a little extra just in case I need to adjust later. Make the cut right there. And this is the barb coupler, the 1/4 inch. One side goes into the main line. Surprising how well the seal is right there. The other end is the 1/4 inch line. Pretty straightforward here. I mean, the first one took me a couple minutes, so a couple minutes for each little end, if you will. This is gonna be the last one I do for the day because I'm pretty happy with my progress and gotta throw dinner together. So there's that. I think that's good. Then we are going to take the sprinkler thing. And again, I'm not sure if this is a sprinkler or a drip. I think it's a drip because the sprinkler definitely looked different than this. It goes on the end right here. I believe this is just a spare part. And then just put this where you would like it, next to the plant. Just like that. But yeah, I'm gonna leave you guys here. Hopefully that was helpful. Unbox, throw the main line down, and just kind of what it feels like to throw this drip irrigation system together. Pretty straightforward. Hardest part was undoing the coils there on the fresh tubing. Hope that was helpful. If you have any questions, feel free to drop them in the comment section down below. Love interacting with you in that way. I will finish up putting all the little things here. And yeah, if you guys think it's helpful, I will do a follow-up video as well. So just let me know if you guys have any questions, anything you want to know about. But yeah, super intuitive. I'm gonna probably anchor this T down right here so it doesn't move around. And make it a great day. See you on the next one.